So, with that being said, I've blessed you and I've cursed you with 600 documents. Okay. So, and what I mean by that is you have to really look over and you have to make them precise for your situation. Okay. None of the documents that David's provided us, none of the documents that Bonnie's provided us, none of the documents, even if Bobby or somebody else provided any documents, no documents are perfect. Okay. So make sure that in doing this business of life that you are perfecting what it is that needs to be in those documents, updating the signature pages, updating the notary. You're like, well, I don't know if this has a notary. Just put one on there. Okay. Copy and
Right.
paste it from somewhere else. Get it notarized.
Yep.
Have things witnessed. Okay. A
Yep.
lot of the documents, for example, did everybody get in the Telegram group last week? I posted the documents that everybody requested, right? So I posted what were the documents that I posted? The power of attorney, right? So I posted the power of attorney, but along with the power of attorney, did you catch that, Bo? Did you download any of those documents?
I did. My favorite was the Never Perfect, and it actually made the most sense because, like you said, nothing's perfect, and we aren't in control of their system. And one thing that I learned from talking with you and David, you because you were more available, was recognizing that I don't have to be perfect because I'm not a part of that system. And so while using that system, I don't have to have the exact language that they do because I'm not actually a part of it. But utilizing it, I realized that I can repent. This is what lawyers do. They basically, I mean, one lawyer just had a prayer of petition to the judge to vacate the award that I won. And so that's crazy. That's wild. They're treating this like it's a religion. But in their religion, they
It
have
is
to
their
be
religion,
perfect.
Bo. And by perfect, it doesn't mean it means completion. So to
Okay.
perfect something means that definition as you're trying to use it, it doesn't mean you don't have to be complete. But
Right.
in your statement, you do need to be as perfect as you can. When you're getting
Sure.
documents that aren't completed with all the information, you have to perfect those documents. And that's a legal term that is often used about the
Right.
perfection. So one of the things that were with the power of attorney that we went over last week was a physician's statement of mental competency. Okay. And it says, I, physician Dr. Adam Wins, with offices at, Palau, hereby state that uh, of Minnesota is fully and completely mentally competent in the broadest meaning of that terms and fully capable of taking independent actions as a completely mentally competent person, signed by the physician and a witness, which it can be notarized or it can just be witnessed or two witnesses. And the physician's statement of mental competency review list. This review list is provided to inform you about the document in question and assist you in its preparation. This document should accompany any power of attorney if possible. Okay. It helps short circuit any challenges to the power of attorney. Okay. One, make multiple copies and have them attached to the power of attorney statement in your distribution of it and your storing of them. Okay. So a lot of us, when we're going to court, Bo, a lot of
Yep.
times when we have an issue with the city or the state or whatever it is, right? They're taking power of attorney over us in many, many, many cases. So
Right.
Scott, who we had on, is like the master of power of attorneys. So there's power of attorneys you can take with the IRS to put them on notice, which I don't know if you heard the news, Bo, but Trump on December 20th is making, or on January 20th, is making the ERS instead of the IRS. So the External Revenue Service,
That
which
is great.
to start collecting from people that are stealing from us instead of stealing from us, stealing from we the people. It doesn't make sense to just keep making the pot smaller and smaller and smaller.
Right.
So
That sounds a lot like that It's we're inching towards that whole Nasara and Gassara thing that we've heard about.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I don't know if that's part of it, but
Sure.
it's definitely a good idea to, let's say, have better trade policies, because we do a lot of trade with countries that aren't working
Mm-hmm.
in our best interest or for us.
Right.
And why would, like, Bo, if you were working against us, I wouldn't want to work with you anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if everything that was going, like, you're like, hey man, I'm gonna shoot you in the back or do something else, that wouldn't really, happen or continue moving forward. But that happens a lot in international business and a lot on these trade deals, especially since we started this whole outsourcing world in the 90s. My mom sent me the book The World is Flat, and I read it, and instead of outsourcing to India, I actually moved to India and hired my own team of 40 programmers and engineers and started my own tech company there way back in 2003 to 2000, right about 9 is when I did that. And it was quite an interesting way to do things.